Have you ever stopped to think about why we act, feel, and think the way we do? It's a topic that has fascinated people for ages. The way our minds operate plays a huge role in shaping who we are and how we navigate the world. Researchers have spent decades delving into human behavior, brain function, and mental processes, uncovering fascinating insights. While many mysteries remain unsolved, understanding the basics of human behavior and psychology can offer us valuable tools to better comprehend both ourselves and those around us. In this video, we've compiled 11 of the most intriguing psychological facts about human behavior to help explain why we think, feel, and act in certain ways. Let's dive right in. 1. Early adulthood experiences stay with us for life. Have you noticed how older people often reminisce about their early 20s? These formative years seem to leave an indelible mark on our memories. This phenomenon, called the reminiscence bump, occurs because our brains prioritize emotionally intense experiences, which are abundant in adolescence and early adulthood. During this phase, life is packed with milestones: graduation, first jobs, marriage, or even the birth of a child. These significant events become deeply intertwined with our sense of self. Scientists believe this is because these memories are key to shaping our identity. They help define who we are, influencing our attitudes, beliefs, and life goals. For example, someone who faced adversity in their 20s might value resilience, while another who traveled extensively might prioritize adventure and independence. What makes this even more fascinating is the emotional intensity linked to these memories. They're not just stored in your mind, they're felt deeply in your heart. That's why when you hear an old song or revisit a place from your youth, it can transport you back instantly. Understanding the reminiscence bump can help us appreciate the events that have molded us and remind us to create meaningful experiences for future reflection. 2. Seeing problems from a third-person perspective leads to better solutions. Why is it easier to give advice to a friend than solve your own problems? This discrepancy is known as Solomon's paradox, named after the wise biblical king. Studies show that when we analyze our dilemmas, emotions cloud our judgment, leading to irrational decisions. However, when evaluating someone else's situation, we think more logically and objectively. The solution? Self-distancing. By viewing your problem as if it belonged to someone else, you eliminate emotional bias and open the door to better decision-making. For instance, imagine writing a letter to yourself from a friend's perspective. How would you advise your friend in this scenario? This exercise activates rational parts of your brain while suppressing emotional interference. This strategy is invaluable in high-stress situations, like resolving conflicts or making life-altering choices. By practicing self-distancing, you can approach challenges with clarity and calmness, transforming obstacles into opportunities. Remember, the best advice you'll ever receive may come from yourself, once you learn to step back and listen. 3. The most incompetent people are often blissfully unaware of it. We've all encountered someone who speaks with unshakable confidence. 3. The most incompetent people are often blissfully unaware of it. We've all encountered someone who speaks with unshakable confidence on a topic they clearly know little about. This cognitive bias, called the Dunning-Kruger Effect, is both amusing and alarming. It occurs when people with limited knowledge overestimate their abilities because they lack the awareness to recognize their incompetence. Why does this happen? It boils down to metacognition, our ability to evaluate our own knowledge and skills. Those who know less often assume they know more because they're unaware of the complexities they don't understand. Conversely, experts are more likely to underestimate themselves because they're acutely aware of how much they still have to learn. The Dunning-Kruger Effect serves as a humbling reminder. The more we learn, the more we realize how little we truly know. It's a call to approach life with curiosity and humility, striving for continuous growth. And the next time someone confidently rambles about a subject they barely grasp, take solace in knowing you've encountered a living example of this fascinating phenomenon. 4. Hostile people gravitate toward aggressive dog breeds. Have you ever noticed that certain personality types tend to prefer specific dog breeds? Studies reveal a link between aggressive tendencies and the ownership of stereotypically violent breeds like Rottweilers or Pit Bulls. But why is this the case? One explanation is that we gravitate toward companions, human or animal, who reflect our personalities. Just as we choose friends and partners with similar traits, we may select pets that align with our temperament. Another theory is that environmental factors, such as living in high-crime areas or experiencing chronic stress, increase aggression, prompting individuals to choose guard dogs for protection. Interestingly, this doesn't mean that all owners of these breeds are hostile or aggressive. Many people adopt these dogs out of love, admiration, or necessity. Still, the connection between personality and pet choice highlights how our behavior is influenced by both internal traits and external circumstances. It's a reminder that our choices, big or small, often reveal more about us than we realize. 5. Daydreamers are often highly creative. Do you ever find your mind wandering during mundane tasks? While daydreaming often gets a bad rap, it's actually a hallmark of creativity and intelligence. Researchers have found that frequent daydreamers score higher on IQ tests and exhibit more efficient brain activity. Why? Daydreaming allows the brain to explore new ideas, make unexpected connections, and solve complex problems. It's a form of mental rehearsal that helps us prepare for challenges or envision future possibilities. For instance, a musician might daydream about melodies, or an entrepreneur might imagine innovative solutions to business hurdles. Contrary to popular belief, daydreamers aren't unfocused. They're hyper-focused in their inner world. Their ability to toggle between imagination and reality gives them a unique edge in creative pursuits. So the next time your mind drifts, embrace it. You might just stumble upon your next great idea. 6. Rejection hurts in both body and mind. Why does rejection feel like a physical blow? Neuroscientists have discovered that emotional pain and physical pain activate the same regions of the brain, making rejection literally hurt. This overlap explains why even small slights, like being excluded from a group chat, can sting disproportionately. This evolutionary response likely developed to encourage social bonding and survival. In early human societies, being part of a group was crucial for protection and resource sharing. Rejection signaled danger, prompting us to seek reconnection. Understanding this can help us navigate rejection with greater resilience. Instead of internalizing it as a personal failure, recognize it as a natural, albeit painful, part of life. Rejection may hurt, but it also offers an opportunity for growth and self-reflection. 7. Speaking a foreign language leads to better decisions. When you think in a foreign language, something remarkable happens. Studies show that using a second language reduces emotional bias, leading to more rational decision-making. This is because speaking a foreign language requires deliberate thought, which activates the brain's inhibition center. For example, someone deciding whether to take a risk might be more cautious in their native tongue, as emotions like fear and excitement dominate. However, when thinking in a foreign language, they're more likely to weigh the pros and cons logically. This insight has profound implications for decision-making in global contexts. It suggests that expanding your linguistic abilities can also expand your capacity for reasoned thought, a fascinating intersection of language and psychology. 8. We blame others' actions on personality, but excuse our own. Imagine someone cuts you off in traffic. Your immediate reaction might be, "What a terrible driver." But if you do the same, you're likely to rationalize it as a one-time necessity. This double standard is known as the fundamental attribution error. We instinctively attribute others' actions to their character while explaining our own behavior through external circumstances. This bias stems from our limited perspective. We know our intentions, but can only guess others' motives. Recognizing this tendency can foster empathy and reduce snap judgments. The next time someone's behavior irritates you, consider the context. They might be having a bad day or facing unseen struggles. 9. We think others are more persuaded by ads than we are. Do you believe you're immune to advertising? Think again. The third-person effect shows that while we acknowledge ads' influence on others, we often underestimate their impact on ourselves. This bias occurs because we like to view ourselves as independent thinkers. However, research reveals that ads subtly shape our preferences, even when we think we're ignoring them. Acknowledging this can help us become more conscious consumers. 10. Dopamine fuels our need for information. Have you ever found yourself endlessly scrolling through social media, unable to stop even when you know you should? This addictive behavior isn't just a lack of willpower, it's rooted in the chemistry of your brain. The culprit? Dopamine, often referred to as the brain's reward chemical. Dopamine plays a crucial role in how we seek out and process information. While it's commonly associated with feelings of pleasure, dopamine is more accurately a motivator. It pushes us to seek out rewards, whether they're physical, emotional, or intellectual. When you scroll through your social media feed, every like, comment, or piece of new information triggers triggers a tiny dopamine release, reinforcing the behavior and encouraging you to keep going. This creates what psychologists call a dopamine-seeking reward loop, a cycle of curiosity and anticipation. But here's the catch. Dopamine isn't about satisfaction. It's about pursuit. This is why scrolling often leaves you feeling unsatisfied and wanting more, even after hours of consuming content. The rise of algorithms on platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube intensifies this effect by feeding you an endless stream of content tailored to spark your curiosity. Every scroll holds the promise of something new and exciting, keeping your brain hooked. But how can you break free from this loop? Understanding the mechanism is the first step. Recognize when you're being pulled into unproductive scrolling. Set boundaries, such as time limits or no phone zones, and replace mindless scrolling with activities that fulfill your curiosity in a healthier way, like reading, journaling, or exploring a hobby. As you retrain your brain to seek rewards in meaningful pursuits, you'll find more satisfaction and balance in your daily life. Remember, as neuroscientists say, dopamine is not your enemy, it's your guide, but it's up to you to choose where it leads. 11. Helping others can extend your lifespan. Have you ever noticed how good it feels to help someone in need? The impact of generosity goes far beyond the immediate satisfaction of doing a good deed. Research shows that regularly volunteering your time, resources, or energy can significantly improve your health and happiness, and even increase your lifespan. Psychologists and health experts have found that acts of kindness trigger the release of feel-good hormones like oxytocin and serotonin, reducing stress and promoting emotional well-being. For example, when you donate to a cause you care about or help a neighbor with a difficult task, your brain experiences a helper's high. This rush of positivity combats negative emotions like anxiety and depression, leaving you feeling more fulfilled and connected. But the benefits aren't just emotional, they're physical too. Studies indicate that people who volunteer consistently have lower blood pressure, reduced inflammation, and stronger immune systems. Helping others also provides a sense of purpose, a factor strongly linked to longevity. In fact, one study revealed that individuals who regularly engage in altruistic activities are 22% more likely to live longer than those who don't. Generosity also combats loneliness, a modern epidemic that significantly impacts health. By volunteering or simply lending a hand to someone, you create meaningful social connections that enhance your sense of belonging and community. Whether it's working at a local shelter, mentoring a young person, or simply checking in on an elderly neighbor, the relationships you build through giving enrich both your life and theirs. As Mahatma Gandhi famously said, the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. By giving back, you're not only improving the world around you, you're also investing in your own well-being and ensuring a healthier, happier, and longer life. In helping others, you truly help yourself. These incredible insights into human behavior offer a roadmap for personal growth and understanding. Which fact resonated with you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more videos like this.